Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. For today's video, we're gonna go through my current kit. I'm gonna show you everything that's inside my freelance makeup kit. I pride myself on having a primarily, if not completely, luxury makeup kit. If you're new here, welcome. I am a freelance makeup artist from Toronto, Ontario. All of my booking information will be listed in the description box down below by clicking on my website link. Let's just jump right in. So my kit is made up of two separate bags. I have this one here, which I will leave a link to on Amazon if you guys want to check the description box. I am totally in love with this. And then this one here as well. So everything that I take with me to all of my makeup jobs is included in these two bags. I also have this bag here, which sometimes I will transfer things from my backpack into if I'm going to be working on set that day. Okay, so let's open this guy up. This bag contains pretty much all of the makeup that I use on all of my clients. I take a lot of pride, I guess I could say, in having a really small condensed kit. It just makes traveling around and like being a freelancer who goes to jobs on sites so much easier to just have one bag that I carry with my hand and then my backpack that I carry on my back. And this is not too heavy so that I'm not dragging it with me all over the place. I used to take the bus to all of my freelance jobs before I learned how to drive our standard car. So I just really didn't want anything on wheels. I didn't want anything that I had to carry over my shoulder. So this was the perfect size for me and it holds everything I need. So we have this nice big section on the bottom here. And then up here, we have some storage space as well, and inside this little zipper pocket here. So this bag's really nice because it has these clips here which help to hold the top up, so as you're working you have access to whatever you store in this part of the bag. So here I have my pencil liners, my spatulas, business cards, a couple little hair clips to clip people's hair out of their face, and then all of my lip liners on this side here. In this pocket I keep flat palettes. So I have my lip palette, which is from Vuset. These are mostly Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I think there is one MAC lipstick in there. I have a Z palette in here. So this palette just holds all of my single shadows, a lot of my more kind of vibrant, colorful shades that I don't use as often, as well as a nice little pink powdery blush. I have a little Naked Basics palette in here, so you can see this is well loved and well used. And then the last palette that I keep in here is this Glogasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Lovegasm. It is a bronzer and highlighters for deeper skin tones. Moving on to the main compartment in the bag. So we'll start on the left-hand side here. This is primers and accessories. So I have a lash curler, Makeup Forever Nourishing Base, as well as Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow primers. I mostly prime with skincare, so those are just for anyone who might need a little bit of extra priming. I have my eyeshadow primer, which right now I'm using the Rare Beauty. All of my tools for a lash application. I have a random little Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold highlighter in here. Lip balm, something to prep the lips with. Moving over to this little compartment right here, I have a few little compacts. So in here I have a couple of blushes. This is Charlotte Tilbury Ecstasy, a really nice peachy tone. And then I have Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Intense, which is a nice rosy color for a medium to deep skin tone. I also have a little MAC mineralized skin finish in here. This is in the color Lightscapade. This is a highlighter that I really like to use on more mature skin. It's not too metallic, it's not too blingy, but it adds a really nice subtle glow. In this section right here we have some different cream products. So I have my two new Charlotte Tilbury matte eyes to mesmerize. I haven't used these yet. I just got them and added them to my kit. I'm so excited. The Charlotte Tilbury eyes to mesmerize are some of my favorite makeup products ever. So when she came out with matte versions, I could not wait to get them. So can't wait to try those out on someone. Here are the original versions. So these are the metallic cream shadows. So I have them in Bet, which is a nice golden tone. Rose gold, obviously the name speaks for itself, a nice rose gold color. And then Jean, I use this on almost every single bride and so many bridesmaids. It's the perfect perfect bridal shade. So those are really great as eyeshadow bases or a quick shadow all over the lid if you don't have a ton of time. Also in here, I have a little Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum, which is almost used up. I just had this little sample, so I threw it in here. This is a Glossier cream blush. This is in the color Spark. This works on a deep skin tone. And then I have my two Maybelline gel liners in Black is Black and Brown. This is one of the products that I don't purchase as luxury for my kit because I have never found one that's better than these Maybelline liners. So I use these ones. Moving on over, we have things that are long and tubey. So the concealer that I use in my kit is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. I never close the lids completely. You can see that little gap there because then it's impossible to get the lids off sometimes. And I also remove the sponge. So this concealer comes with a little sponge on top. When I get them brand new, I just pull that sponge off, and then as I twist the concealer out from the bottom, it just comes out the top, and it's easy to dispense onto the back of my hand or onto my metal palette. So one of the ways I'm able to have such a small kit is by mixing products together to create custom shades. So the shades that I have in this concealer are 1, which is the lightest shade it comes in, and 16, which is the darkest shade it comes in. And then I have 4, 5.5, and 14. I could probably use something in between 5.5 and 14 for mixing, but I haven't had any issues creating a shade for anybody with just these 5 colors here. Normally I have 5 instead of 5.5, but she was sold out when I needed to restock, so I ended up with the 5.5. I do prefer shade 5 to shade 5.5. Anyways, beyond the point, I mix these together to create custom shades for everyone. I also really like having the lightest shade and the darkest shade of concealers because I can use these as foundations, or I can mix these in with foundations to make my foundations lighter or darker, because I do something similar with my foundation shades, which you'll see when I get there. That's what I use for concealer in my kit. I really love this concealer. It's full coverage. I feel like covering under eyes is the biggest concern that my clients have. They really want me to cover darkness under their eyes, and I feel like this does a good job of it without looking too heavy or too cakey. Really love this for my kit. Before I used the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away concealers in my kit, I was trying out the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer. This was okay, but didn't end up being my favorite. So I've just been using them up and getting through them, and I just have this one left in light, medium, warm that I am probably almost out of. I have my mascaras in here. So this is another product that I don't buy high end. You go through mascara so quickly as an MUA. Like in the summer when I'm working weddings, probably I buy new mascaras every 2 weeks. So I always have a non-waterproof version and a waterproof version. One of the things that makes mascara special and like worth a high-end price tag is the wands. And because I'm using disposable wands, not the wands that come with the mascaras, I don't need high-end mascara because I'm paying for that wand and not even using it. So I always just buy a drugstore mascara. I love the Essence Big Fat Lash, I think it's called, but the drugstore that I was at didn't have it. So I picked up these two from CoverGirl because they were on sale. Most of my clients are also applying false lashes, whether I'm doing individuals or a strip lash. So the mascara, I just feel like isn't really a huge deal. And then I think everything that's left in here is brow products. So I have a few different brow pencils in different shades here. I have 2 of the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift pencils in brown and blonde. I used to love this pencil, but she changed the formula and the packaging and came out with this new pencil, which is the Brow Cheat. And I much prefer the formula of the Brow Cheat over the Brow Lift now that she's changed them. So I won't buy these ones anymore. I will buy this one here, the Brow Cheat. I have this one in a dark brown shade. And then this is a Makeup Revolution brow pencil, which I also don't really love, but is in here because it's a great color for someone with black hair. It's really, really dark brown, but not black. I don't like to ever do a straight up black brow on someone, but the color here is really, really nice if someone has black hair. So that's why it's in here. Don't love the formula of it though. And then I have 3 different brow gels as well. So I have the Glossier Brow Gel in brown, the Charlotte Tilbury, what are these called? Legendary Brows. This is in dark brown. And then I have a clear brow gel, which is also Charlotte Tilbury. I love these 2 products specifically, the Glossier and the Legendary Brows by Charlotte Tilbury. They're such incredible brow gels. and they're kind of interchangeable for me. Sometimes I buy the Glossier, sometimes I buy the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is just what I happen to have in here right now. I was trying this out as a clear brow gel because she discontinued the Legendary Browsing Clear, and it's not my favorite. I feel like it leaves too much product on the brow. The wand is quite large, so yeah, I just feel like it dispenses too much product, but obviously I'm gonna use it up and then I'll try something new when I need to repurchase. Okay, moving on to this section here, I have another new addition. A lot of clients ask me for a longwear lipstick, which was something I wasn't used to when I initially started building my kit. Years ago when I worked at the Charlotte Tilbury counter, that was my first job in makeup, and people didn't really like liquid lips. They didn't like that they made their lips feel dry. However, when I'm doing makeup for events, I've found over the years that it's a pretty big concern for people that their lipstick will last, which is totally fair enough. So I recently purchased a few liquid lipsticks for my kit. I haven't had the chance to use any of these yet, but I'm sure they're gonna get a ton of use come wedding season. I did get them in pretty neutral shades. So I got this one from Shuamora. I have one from Lancome and then two from L'Oreal, all in very wearable, wedding-y type shades. These three are very bridal in my opinion, and then I was thinking this one more for a mother of the bride. So I'm gonna try out those different formulas and see if I like any of them, and if so, then I can buy more shades, and if not, I can try out different formulas, but for now, that's what we're gonna start with. Then in this little bag here, I have lip glosses. So honestly, pretty much the only one I ever really use is this one from Glossier. This is the world's #1 best lip gloss. There is no better lip gloss than this. It's a little bit tacky, so it's quite long wearing. It just makes the lips look so glossy, so shiny, so dewy. It's amazing. So I almost always will just use this clear gloss. But I have some other options in here as well. I have a little red Bobbi Brown, a couple of nude NYX shades, a couple of Charlotte Tilbury glosses, and then a couple of metallic bite glosses as well that would be really pretty on deeper skin tones. All right, and then underneath those lip products, I have 3 Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powders. I have shades 1, 2, and 3. I can't live without this. This is the world's best powder. I have a little loose bronzer. So this is from Nude by Nature in shade number 1, Bondi Bronze. It's really warm and quite dark. So if a lighter skin tone is looking for to be super bronzed and glowy, I'll use this. It's also nice on a medium skin tone. I like to carry this around with me just in case. It's just a little container that has a couple of hair ties and a few bobby pins inside. You never know when you're gonna need some little hair accessories, so I keep those in here as well. And then this is one of the foundations that I carry in my kit. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. So Light Wonder Foundation is a light to medium coverage foundation with a dewy finish. This is great for someone who wants their makeup to feel lightweight. If they're not used to wearing makeup, they don't like foundation, or if they have more mature skin, I'll reach for this guy right here. I really love this for a makeup kit because #1, it's plastic packaging, so it's super lightweight to carry around. It also comes with 40 ml. A typical foundation is 30 ml, so you get 10 extra mil in here, which is fabulous. Because it's more on the sheer side and so lightweight, you don't need a ton of shades. A lot of different people could work with a lot of different shades, but again, I'm always mixing my colors together in order to create custom shades for people. So in this foundation, I have shades 2, 3, 5, 8, and 10, which is the darkest. I would have had 1 instead of 2, but she was always sold out of 1, so I have 2 in here for now. If I need to go lighter than the 2, I'll just mix in some of the #1 in the Magic Away Concealer and help to lighten up the foundation a bit. But like I said, it's so sheer, I don't ever really usually have a problem with that. Absolutely love this foundation. It is so good to have in your kit. If you're doing weddings, if you're doing softer makeup looks, it's just so good and skin-like. Okay, moving up here, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight, and then I have the Cream Contour Wands in Medium Dark and Fair Light. I have a couple of cream blushes here. These are from Catherine Isabella. I do not believe this brand exists anymore, but I absolutely am in love with these cream blushes. I have a really nice kind of blue-based, bright, springy pink, and then more of a rosy, reddy tone as well. Love these guys. And then I really like these palettes from Urban Decay, but these I also believe are discontinued. They have some similar products, but nothing quite the same as these. These were the Naked Skin Shapeshifter palettes. So I have the light medium shift and then the medium dark shift. So these are really great because on one side they have powders. So I have 2 bronzers in here and then a really soft highlight shade. There's barely even any shimmer in there. So really, really subtle if someone doesn't want a highlighter, but I just want to brighten. You could also use this for setting. And then a really nice kind of more metallic blingy highlight shade in here. Then you can actually flip this mirror over and you have cream products on the other side. So I have a really nice peachy color corrector, a nice brightening yellow shade, some cream bronzer. I prefer the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzers, but sometimes, you know, I just go for this. And then a nice subtle cream highlight that you can use to kind of highlight the high points of the face if you don't want it to be like too blingy. And then I have the same palette in the deeper shades. My highlight broke in here unfortunately, but luckily I have the Charlotte Tilbury Glogasm Palette for highlighting on deeper skin tones, so it was okay. But some deeper bronzer colors in here and a little highlighter brightening shade there. Last but not least in this part of my kit, I have my eyeshadow palettes. So you guys, here are some tweezers. Eyeshadow palettes. You guys, I learned how to do makeup at the Charlotte Tilbury counter using the Charlotte Tilbury quads, and so this is just the way that my brain works when doing eyeshadow now. Having the 4 shades that you need to create a look in each palette is just so convenient for me. It makes doing makeup so fast because in my mind, I just pick the color palette that I want. I grab the Charlotte Tilbury quad that suits that color palette, and I get to work. I have everything I need to create the look that I want in each palette. So I have all of the Charlotte Tilbury palettes in here. I guess she's come out with a few new ones in recent years, but I have majority of the Charlotte Tilbury quads in here, quite a variety of colors. If you're thinking about buying some Charlotte Tilbury shadows to incorporate into your freelance makeup kit, the palettes that I would say I use the most, and keep in mind the type of work I do is mostly events and bridal. The top 2 that I would recommend are this one here. This is the Exaggerize palette. This is a beautiful neutral brown eyeshadow palette with like the most beautiful glitter shade down on the bottom here. You can see this palette is well loved. I actually have a backup in my backup drawer. I just really want to use up a bit more of these 2 shades here before I bust it out, but this is probably my most used palette. So good for brides, so good for bridesmaids, just anybody who wants a neutral, soft, shimmery brown eyeshadow look that's not too dark. And then this one right here is great, and I've used a ton of this palette the last few years as well. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette, so more pinky tones. A lot of weddings are going with a kind of blush color theme with their bridesmaid dresses and their florals and things like that. So these kind of soft pink shadows just complement those types of tones so well. So if you're looking for palette recommendations, those are the 2 I would recommend. And then just as a little third option, the Golden Goddess palette is really great as well. I find this palette works on so many different eye colors. It's a little bit warmer, but it does have a cool tone shade in it as well. It's a really nice mixture, but it definitely comes off a lot warmer on the eye than it looks in the palette. This is great on blue eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, literally any color of eyes looks so great with this eyeshadow palette. And it's another one that's really great for someone who just wants a soft, shimmery, light brown makeup look, which I feel like is majority of the clients that I do. Okay, moving on to my second bag. In here, I have this set up exactly like how I would if I was going to a job. So I'll always have my paper towel. Paper towel is like a must-have in this pocket right here. On this side, I will always put my water bottle. So important to bring water with you to stay hydrated, especially when you're doing 7 people in a bridal party. You need it to keep yourself going. On the top, I have my little brush container. So I got this off Amazon. I'll have links to anything that I can find in the description box down below if you guys are interested. But I used to have a different brush holder and it broke, and I bought this one, and I actually like this one so much better. So it's a lot bigger, although it's not too big. It doesn't take up too much space in my bag. Remember, I really like things to be compact and lightweight. So that's kind of the goal with everything I buy. So I have 2 sets of brushes. This is my main set. And these are mostly Sigma brushes and Charlotte Tilbury brushes. I think I have 1 or 2 MAC brushes in here as well. I will always bring a towel or 2 with me that I can lay down on the table or whatever station I'm working at to make sure that I don't get any makeup on the client's table or countertop. And then in here I also have these 3 smaller bags. So in the first one, I have my second set of foundations. So I used to only carry the Light Wonder foundation in my kit. However, I did find that some people were looking for more coverage than what that foundation had. And Magic Foundation is actually my favorite foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I found out recently that it's been discontinued, which is so sad. If you search it on her website, it still comes up, but I'm sure once all of that sells out, it will be gone. I'm definitely gonna go in and buy a few backups because I really am so sad that she's discontinuing it. It's just such a beautiful medium to full coverage foundation that looks natural on the skin. It's long wearing, it looks better and better the longer you wear it. I'm just so sad that she got rid of it. But anyways, these are not the best for a kit to leave in their packaging. A lot of makeup artists will depot their foundations and put them into smaller, more portable containers, but I spend a lot of money on my makeup and having a luxury kit is kind of part of my brand, so I don't like to depot too much because I want the client to be able to see and experience the packaging, because that's a part of the reason why you're spending the money is on the quality of the packaging, and the client is paying me a fee to be a luxury makeup artist, and so they deserve to experience that quality of packaging as well, if that makes sense. So I have the Magic foundation here. I have it in a few more shades than the Light Wonder just because it is more full coverage. You do need to get a lot closer on your foundation match with this guy. So I have Magic foundation in shades 1, 3, and 4, 5, 7, 9.5, and 12. And these are, you know, not the best. They're glass bottles, which means they have the capability of breaking. These lids fall off so easily. It is really nice that they have a pump. That makes it really convenient for dispensing the right amount of product, but definitely not the greatest packaging to have in your kit, but you know, I've made it work. I also have a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter in here. I have this as a primer or a highlighter or something to mix in with Light Wonder if someone wants a super sheer foundation but they want to be really glowy. This is so nice for editorial looks, anything under any kind of photography. If you want like a wet look to the skin, it's just such a beautiful highlighter. I have mine in shade 3 because I'm usually putting it underneath foundation. I don't usually use it on its own. So shade 3 would work for anywhere from like a fair to medium skin tone. Obviously that wouldn't work on a deeper skin tone, but I can get away with just having 1 bottle of this. When I originally bought this, these only came in these big sizes and it takes so long to get through one of these. So I knew if I bought this in a bunch of different shades, they would all just end up going bad. So I went with shade number 3 because it works for so many different people underneath of foundations. And now she has them in travel sizes. So in the future, I'll just buy travel sizes and then I can buy more of them so that I have more shades. But this works for me in a lot of different situations, obviously not every situation. And again, I have my Light Wonder foundations and my concealers that I can mix in with these as well to custom create a shade for anybody who these don't work for. Okay, moving on. This is kind of my bag of liquids is the way that I think of it. So in here, I have my antibacterial wipes to wipe down my station before and after I work. I have some makeup remover wipes. These are just little ones from the dollar store. They're probably dried out, honestly. I never use these. I have a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. I have a small bottle of Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner in a Dante makeup brush cleaner bottle. I take the Cinema Secrets out of the giant Cinema Secrets bottle and I put it into this smaller bottle for portability purposes. Same thing with the alcohol. I buy my alcohol in like really big containers and then transfer it into here. This could stand to be smaller, to be honest, but you can see like I still have a ton of room in here. If I ended up like packing this and needed more space, I could make it smaller, but I just don't need to. I have some hand sanitizer. Again, I transfer from a larger bottle into here. This is my favorite, all-time favorite setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It is so good for making makeup last longer. So great for anybody who is attending a wedding or a party or anything and needs their makeup to stay all day or all night, as the name suggests. Again, I buy this in a bigger bottle and then just transfer it into the travel container. Same thing with this. This is not L'Oreal makeup remover. This is just, I don't know, like some generic brand of micellar water. If I need to remove someone's makeup rather than using a makeup wipe, I will use micellar water on a cotton pad. I will start every makeup application by cleansing the client's skin no matter what. You have to start with clean, fresh skin. So everybody who sits down in my chair gets a cleansing with this before we do anything else. I have a little body lotion in here. This is Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Lots of times on photo shoots, the photographer will want you to use body lotion on the client. So I just have this little one and it smells so good. So if anyone ever needs like hand cream or anything and they put this on, it's very luxury. It smells delicious. They always love it. And then I have a full size of my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. So I used to carry this little travel size in my bag, but I switched to this for the same reason that I was talking about with the Magic Foundation. I have the space for this and it doesn't add too much weight to my overall kit, so I decided to start bringing around the full size just for that packaging experience for the client. I want them to be able to see and experience the luxury skincare that they're having applied to their face. Magic Cream is the best hack, you guys. If you want your clients to have the most beautiful, dewy, hydrated, glowy looking skin with foundation that looks perfect every single time, Magic Cream is the one. It works for everybody. I love it so much. It is my makeup hack. And for me, it's worth the price. If you are a pro makeup artist, you can apply for the pro discount on Charlotte Tilbury's website and get everything from her website for 30% off. So definitely look into that if you are curious about picking up any of the products that I've talked about today. I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in my kit because I have that discount, but also because her makeup is just so beautiful. I just love almost everything she does. She does such an incredible job and the clients love it too. So you can, I'm sure you could tell I have a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in here. And then last but not least, if the other bag was liquids, this is like dry products. Disposables, I guess, is a better way of putting it. So in here, I have this little container with Q-tips. I just continuously restock this. I like that it sits up like this and I can just grab them as I'm working if I need them. So it kind of like sits open on the desk as I'm working. In here, I have some mascara wands. I have some little containers for lipsticks if I'm gonna give someone a lipstick to touch up with. Normally I have some little lipstick, some little lip ones in here as well, disposable lip ones, but I'm all out. I actually ordered some, I think they came in today, but I always bring this little view set container full of cotton rounds. You can actually fit quite a few in here and it's really nice and compact. I always use these for cleansing the client's face before we start and then to clean up any fallout after the eyeshadow or whatever you may need. Cotton rounds are really great. I have a bag of lashes in here. So I've been trying out AliExpress for lashes lately and I've been quite enjoying them. They're super, super affordable and they look really nice on the clients. The thing I don't love about them is that they have a black band. So I've just been experimenting with them and asking the clients how that band feels, if it's comfortable, and I haven't had any complaints yet, so I think I'm gonna start stocking these. I used to always stock these guys right here. I only have one little lonely guy left. These are the Kit brand lashes from Rexall in the wispy style. These are my favorite natural lashes. They just look like lash extensions. They're so pretty. But it's pretty pricey to buy them from the drugstore, so if I can get nice ones from AliExpress for like way cheaper, I'm gonna do that. So I think I'm gonna make the switch, but I'll probably always carry some of these just in case someone wants a supernatural lash. Speaking of supernatural lashes, I also bring some individual lashes with me, and I'm glad I'm filming this right now because I'm realizing I'm almost out, so I'll have to pick up some more individual lashes. I don't offer individual lash application if I'm doing big wedding parties, maybe only for the bride if she wanted it, but otherwise it takes too long. And then last but not least, I have a little bag of rhinestones. So in here, I just have rhinestones in a million different colors. I had a client who wanted to do a rhinestone look, and so I picked these up. And they just come around with me everywhere in case anybody ever wants that again. Okay, and then the only other things that I have in my backpack here are in this back pocket, which is meant for a laptop. I carry a hand mirror. Everybody wants to see themselves and there are not always mirrors around. I don't like clients to look in the mirror as I'm applying the makeup because like everything comes together at the end, and I don't like people nitpicking as we go through the makeup. I try not to sit clients in front of mirrors. It's not good for anybody to have them watching me do what I'm doing. It's better to just have them see how they look at the end. I bring a little hand mirror around with me, and then I'll always bring a little bag for garbage as well. So I just had this little one from Sephora, but sometimes I just bring plastic bags or whatever I have. And then I have a little spot to put garbage as I'm working. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.